My name is Sean Parker. I am the Director of Customer Service and Refrigerated Logistics here at Bay. Here to talk to you about service and why it matters with customers and how to protect yourselves as drivers out there delivering on that service. So obviously you guys go through a lot, getting the shipment from point A to point B, and one of the toughest times is checking in, right? Bumping the trailer against the dock and making sure you're doing it in a timely manner. One of the biggest areas that you see with the technology changing to where it is now is, are you on time based off of your GPS location, or are you on time based off of talking to the representative at the guard check? What I can tell you is that from a higher level, it seems like majority of customers always like to see the GPS data and know that that information is coming through, but at the end of the day, they still care about when the driver checked in at the consignee. So even though you may be parked on site, if you haven't gotten to the door yet or haven't checked in at the guard check, they still wouldn't have considered you on time. So that's one area of opportunity. Another one is proactive communication. So there's a lot of ways that you can communicate, either with your fleet manager, sending in notes in via work count, just making sure that we know how to help support you out on the road. If there's weather incidents, if there's things that are causing delays, a lot of times these customers will flex with you, especially in these winter months, and they know that the challenges that are out there. The biggest thing is they need communication from our end to make sure that they can plan accordingly on theirs, and then they won't necessarily ding you on service the same way. It's viewed a little bit differently. So the ways that you can really help yourself there is just being proactive with your communication. You know better than we do in the office if you're going to be late, if something is going to cause you to be a little bit more behind schedule. Just being open and honest about that and communicating it is going to be the best possible thing to put you in a position to where you're going to get the benefit on the service on the back end. One of the best practices that we've seen too, as far as service and making sure that the time that you checked in on is what's being reflected at the shipper or receiver, is BOLs. Making sure that you have your in and out times on BOLs and everything is accounted for by the shipper and or consignee before leaving that facility. You see a lot of discrepancies on the back end when information is missing. So, a good piece of information too, don't leave the site until you have that information and the documentation is on record to put you in the best position to be successful moving forward. A lot of times on the back end, that does come back to bite drivers. Another piece that I would say is making sure that your hours of service are in a good spot, making sure that you're monitoring that. And if you are having problems with it or having issues, making sure that you're working with your fleet managers and other folks that can help put you in a position to succeed, to make sure that you're able to service the load that you have, been assigned to and accepted in the system. That's a big thing. We always want to make sure we're setting up drivers for success and not failure. So if you're seeing something that may, jeopardize that, just make sure you're communicating that so we can put the best plan in place for you to keep those wheels turning.